Is a global idol like Jin of BTS entitled to comment on a scandal that shakes Korea's entertainment industry? Or is this a sign that there's more happening behind the scenes? The South Korean entertainment world has once again been rocked by a series of shocking events involving big names like Kim sae-ron and Kim Soo Hyun. In the midst of this swirling controversy, a statement from Jin, a member of global phenomenon BTS, has added a new layer to an already boiling drama. A single ambiguous sentence from Jin managed to shake the foundations of both K-pop and K-drama. Sometimes people choose silence, not because they don't know, but because they're afraid others will burn too. That line was posted on Weverse, just days after the media stunned the public with reports of the tragic death of Kim sae-ron and the resurfacing of old allegations involving Kim Soo Hyun. Now the big question emerges: what does Jin really know? And why did he choose to speak now, after years of being known as one of the most cautious idols in the industry? Act 1. The tragedy of Kim sae-ron, mistakes, regret, and a tragic end. Kim sae-ron was no stranger to fans of Korean drama. Growing up in front of the camera, she began her career as a child actress and quickly proved herself as one of the finest talents of her generation. But in 2022, everything changed. She was involved in a DUI, driving under the influence, case, which led to her career plummeting, the loss of major contracts, and public backlash. Though she tried to make a comeback, the industry was unforgiving. The harshest spotlight fell after her death in February 2025, a death suspected to be the result of severe mental pressure and social exclusion. Korean media ran with tragic headlines: Kim sae-ron found dead, suspected suicide, final letters still unfound. Then, the name Kim Soo Hyun re-entered the conversation. Act 2. The allegations that shook the nation. What was Kim sae-ron and Kim Soo Hyun's relationship? Soon after the heartbreaking news broke, old rumors that netizens had been whispering for years began resurfacing. That Kim Soo Hyun and Kim sae-ron once had a secret relationship, allegedly while sae-ron was underage. Kim Soo Hyun's agency quickly issued a strong denial. There was no personal relationship between our artist and the late Kim sae-ron, apart from professional collaboration. But netizens weren't satisfied. Old photos of the two behind the scenes of a 2020 beverage ad began circulating online. Many felt that their interactions were too intimate for mere colleagues. In one 2021 interview, Kim sae-ron had cryptically stated, "I learned a lot from a senior actor. He taught me not to trust everyone in this industry." Was she referring to Kim Soo Hyun? Or someone else entirely? Act 3. Jin steps in. Words that shook the industry. Upon completing his military service, fans eagerly awaited the return of Jin's cheerful, humorous persona. But no one expected him to emerge as a critical voice that would challenge the very hypocrisy of the entertainment industry. His single line on Weverse went viral: "Sometimes people choose silence, not because they don't know, but because they're afraid others will burn too." That post came right as hashtags like #JusticeForSae-ron and #KimSooHyunOut began trending in both Korea and Japan. Was Jin subtly confirming that something was being covered up? Was he criticizing Kim Soo Hyun? Or did Jin witness something the public has never been told? Act 4. Netizens divided. Hero or opportunist? Social media exploded with polarized reactions. Jin isn't just an idol, he's a human being. If he speaks up, there must be something he's angry about. Others clapped back. This is PR. Jin just wants attention after his military break. Don't drag BTS into this mess. Even the ARMY fandom is torn. Some support Jin, believing it's a brave moral stand. Others fear this could entangle BTS in a scandal that might damage their global image. Act V. Theories and whispers. What's being hidden by the industry? Anonymous whistleblowers from the production industry have claimed that the relationship between Kim sae-ron and Kim Soo Hyun was indeed closer than the public thinks, but due to sae-ron's young age at the time, big corporations conspired to bury the story in order to protect a major star. One insider stated, Kim sae-ron felt discarded. After her scandal, everyone distanced themselves. She told me, "They all pretend I never existed." There are also unverified claims that Jin had personally witnessed an uncomfortable interaction between the two at a private HYB event, which allegedly contributed to his recent cryptic behavior. Act 6. Jin, from idol icon to industry disruptor, Jin has long been seen as a playful, low-key figure. But post-military service, something seems to have shifted. He's become more vocal, sharper, and more willing to speak his mind. In a recent interview with Esquire Korea, Jin said, "After seeing so much during the army, I realized we stay silent too often when something wrong happens because we're afraid of being cast out. But silence can kill people too." Was this a reflection of personal experiences? Act 7. What happens now? Will Soo Hyun issue a direct public statement without hiding behind his agency? Will Jin be pressured by HYB to keep quiet? Will there be an independent investigation into sae-ron's death? Or will this entire storm fade like so many other scandals, buried beneath the next big news cycle? Act 8. The questions that still hang in the air: what really happened between sae-ron and Soo Hyun? Why does the industry appear to silence those who try to speak the truth? Is Jin simply expressing empathy? Or sending a message to those who know more? Most importantly, who will be held accountable for sae-ron's death? Truth doesn't always come from courtrooms or media. Sometimes, one small voice is enough to shake the world. Korean netizen, 2025. If you'd like me to continue developing this into the full 8,000 plus word version with additional parts like original Weverse comments and netizen quotes, complete timeline of sae-ron and Soo Hyun's alleged connection, spotlight on mental health and the dark side of the Korean industry, HYB's influence in shaping Jin's public image, Korean media analysis, and international response, just let me know. I'll prepare the full news article, podcast script, or YouTube narration, however you prefer. Would you like me to expand into those next sections? Did this really happen? Or are we just hypnotized by the media's illusion? We've read the news. We've seen the video clips, old photos, and screenshots from Weverse. We watched as Jin of BTS said something that shook the foundations of an industry once believed to be drama-free. We followed report after report of sae-ron's tragic death and the accusations aimed at Soo Hyun. But let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, is all of this truly real? Or are we just pawns in a larger game ruled by ratings, engagement, and trending topics? Are we witnessing the truth, or a carefully curated narrative? In an entertainment world controlled by major corporations, media machines, and social media algorithms, we can no longer afford to accept news at face value without asking, who benefits from the story? Why is this narrative emerging now? Why is Jin, an idol known for being calm and diplomatic, suddenly speaking out? Think about it carefully. Jin just finished his military service. Soo Hyun just landed a global brand deal, and sae-ron, with all her past controversies, is no longer here to defend herself. Is this a coincidence? Or is this a story strategically released at the perfect time? Big questions for you, the reader. Weary, not here to draw conclusions.